everyone, it's Teresa. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Everybody doing good? We're going to play with some glass again today, only this time we're going to do some faux stained glass, if you will. And this is just a jelly jar from my local supermarket, from a farm that is local. And I took just a little spray bottle I have with water and some soap in it and just spritzed the outside of it because it had paint splatters on it. Did that when I went to get a brush the other day, and I had to scrub it off pretty good because the paint stuck. You're going to need some rubbing alcohol and just a little towel or whatever you have in front of you. You're going to rub this down. Rubbing alcohol will help the paint adhere as well as ink. We're going to do some rubber stamping on this, do some painting with stained glass, and we're going to heat set it. Then we're going to do a 3D frosted painting technique that I absolutely love on the face of this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that's dry, and it is. I'm going to show you the stamp set because I'm asked all the time. It's a Sizzix brand. I got this at Joann's for 40% off. And I took the butterfly that's big out of it. If you want to take the tiny butterflies, we might do that too. You never know. I'm going to move that to the side and bring the glass back. I have a multi-surface ink pad that's permanent. We're just going to ink it up like a normal day. Okay. And I'm going to take that butterfly off that because we're going to need to put the butterfly like this and just press it for a minute. Okay? See how I didn't get the impression on that side? Don't worry about it. That's where the magic comes in. Nothing's permanent until it's heat set. Okay? So we're going to redo that. And we're going to turn the glass around on a place that's dry and let that just air dry, if you will. And re-ink that butterfly. And we're going to set it down. And I'm going to press pretty firm and try not to move my hands. So you can tell I did it again, but let's see if we can get a reprint. Oops. Yeah, we got a reprint. Hey, that's pretty cool. Alrighty then. Now I'm going to take this brush, because I see there's an area I just don't like. I'm going to take my glass brush here. I'm going to dip it in rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to erase that spot. Just like that. And dry that brush off a little bit. Hopefully you can see. Do you see what we're doing? I'll do it again. Right here, there's a spot I don't like. Let's come in with that rubbing alcohol. Oops, dropped the brush on the table here. And do it in front of you. And we're going to remove it just like that. Okay? Now, I think what I'm going to do before I go any further on this, I'll turn it towards me real quick and make sure it's perfection. Put the lid back on that rubbing alcohol because the stuff stinks. I'm going to heat set that. We have no choice. If we don't heat set it, it's just going to move around on the glass, and you know, we don't want that. So, move that aside here real quick and let's heat set it. If you feel like drawing, you could use your multi-surface paints or your enamels that you have. That would be fun. We're getting into the season where butterflies and birds and things, all the little feathered friends of the world are coming back, and there's nothing cooler than that. So I heat set this, and I'm going to try, I'll be right back, I'm going to try to set this up so that you can see what we're about to do. Is that better? How's that? Yeah, you can see. Try to step over your shoulder so I know where you're at. Now, I have some glass stain. Just comes in little 1 ounce bottles. I have blue. I have a leading for black, which is going to be for our puff paint. I have transparent stain in brown, transparent green, transparent black, transparent orange, transparent purple, and transparent rose, and a transparent yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and look at this closely, and I'm going to decide what colors I want. This is where it's going to get messy for me because I tend to really make a mess here. So I'm going to take one color at a time, and I'm going to just get this wet a little bit, fling it, dry it off, and dip it just so gently into my glass stain. And I'm going to go right here. It's very faint, which is amusing to me. There we go. And I'm going to put that glass stain right there. Be careful not to touch the black too much. As you can see, it's very transparent. And that's cool because we're going to add layers to it. So we paint with it. I'm going to take another, I'm going to go right here. I'm trying to get it so there's no glare for you. I apologize. I'll paint it like this. I need a little bit more. I don't want to drop it on the side because it's not dry yet. I'm going to put that right there. Do you see? It's pretty transparent, but it's gorgeous when it's done. This held my tools for sculpting and things like that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to go right here. You're going to find it's going to erase some of the marks, and that doesn't bother me because I already did that on the side over here. And it's going to take a while for that to dry. So something that you're not going to want to really listen to me. You're going to want to let it sit, and then you're going to bake it, and it'll make sure that the ink is permanent as well. Okay? So I'm going to just gently add that color right there. Okay? So you can see it's drying really transparent, and I really like that. And I'm going to set it like that. I'm going to close the lid to my blue because I'll dump this everywhere. These have a nozzle on them on the very top. Here, I'll show you over here. I'll set that right there for a second. They have a nozzle right here. And it's really thin, but this stuff is so runny to work with. It's fabulous. Okay? Don't get me wrong, it's fabulous. But I need more control. And that's why I have these lovely Americana Gloss Enamel Glass Art paintbrushes. I'm going to clean that off. Yeah, I'm going to clean that off good. That's leaving some color on there. I'm going to put this back so you can see. And now, I'm going to go to my purple. I'm going to put that brush down. This is fun. Oh yeah, I'm liking it. I'm going to put that right there in my glass tile. Ooh, got a lot on that. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to go right here, right underneath that blue. I'm going to add more to my brush and pull that up. Hopefully you can see how we're doing this. Do you see? Yeah, that's gorgeous, right like that. You see how pretty that is? It's deliciousness. These little 1-ounce bottles will go a long way if you use a paintbrush. So I see, turn it towards you so you can see what we're doing here. There's a little spot right there for purple. I'm not shaking because I'm nervous. I'm shaking because I don't want to drop this and I have to redo it. There we go. Went outside the line a little. That's okay to fix. We'll pick it up and swipe it back just like that. Do you see how pretty that is? That's going to be fun. Now I'm going to go through all the colors because I like them. Oops. Told you I was going to fling it. I always do. I'll show you what I'm talking about. A little spot on my tabletop over here and I spilled some on there and I'm like, that's a waste. It drives me nuts. But we're good now. I'm going to go in with some of this pink rose color. We're going to continue coloring this butterfly. He's going to be sassified. A color I haven't used. I thought I had them all used, but I don't. To get my poker tool out here, friends. Hold on. I thought, like I said, had it all open. And I don't. So I need a pokey tool, people. And what did I do with it? I just used it in a video. That's why they make scissors. Oh, I see it. You wouldn't think something this sharp you would lose, but I lose it a lot. I think I'll cut you to the bone if you take your eyes off it. I'm going to set that right there, put that there. Apologize for the inconvenience. I'm filming, Dad. Yes. Sorry. Friends. Dad was telling me he's going to go take a shower. I'm like, I know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. He's been pretty sick, so that's why he's telling me he's okay. He's going to go do this and go do that. Because, like I said, he's been pretty sick this week, and I don't need him falling. Alrighty then, look at that, friends, look. Oh, it's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? I'm trying to get it for you to see. Do you see how pretty that is? That is just gorgeousness. So much fun. I'm going to lay that back here. I'm going to try to lift some of that pink around here. It's trying to move from its spot. That's why you pretty much want to lay this sort of flat at first, if you will. Awesome sauceness. Wait, I'm not done with that pink. Where am I going? I went all kinds of different directions because my dad interrupted me. Oh, well. We don't need it uniform after all, do we, friends? Yeah, we don't need it uniform. We'll just do it our way. It'll be alright. Normally I would shut the video off and restart it, but you know, I've warned people I was filming today. And I'm not going to keep redoing it. You hear me one time, you've got enough attention for everything else. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go to my green. Because this needs some green on there. This is a beautiful green, by the way. And I'm going to just put a little dot right there on every other one. And I'm going to just get this color in there. See how pretty that is? This would be fun for your little ones with supervision. I'm not going to tell you how to raise your children. You know what your little ones can handle and what they can't. I'm just Teresa showing you how you could have fun. Creating a little bit of your own home decor. I missed one. Like, why does that one have 3? That's alright. Ooh, way too much paint on that one. There we go. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Rinse the brush off. Yeah, it's in the lid. I thought that's where it was coming from. I'm going to read the instructions to you for a second here. It says, for glass and plastic, to make more transparent, mix with clear. Use Deco Magic for cleanup. Cover work area before use. So there's no baking included in this. You just have to let it set for a couple of hours and let it really cure. I don't think this is washable in the dishwasher or anything like that, as it doesn't say you can. This is something that I think you would just lightly dust and leave alone, to be honest with you. To the work you're putting into it, you really don't want to mess it up. I'm going to go next to those two colors. I'm going to put in this orange that I have here. And yeah, we're going to make us a colorful butterfly. And I'm going to go right here. Did you see how we did that? Okay, so this is hard to really show you, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to come down here. I did miss a pink, but that's okay. We can fix it and put that right in there. You can blend these colors together to make an ombre effect. How beautiful. Truly beautiful, friends. I'm going to get the pink back out here. I don't like wasting it. I mean, this stuff is it's not expensive, but to me it's still money wasted if it lands on a napkin. I mean, come on. Goodness gracious. I'm going to take the pink after yep, I got it clean. Make sure my brush is clean here. And we're going to go right here where we missed. And pull some colors together, make her blend beautiful. I can see it went too far on that side, and that's okay. Yeah, this is going to be beautiful. I'm going to take the yellow I have here, but it's open too. That's a good thing. Turn it toward you. I have to watch the glare or I'll turn the camera off, and I don't want to do that. I'm just going to lay in some yellow between the green dots that we have here. Oh, that is really looking pretty. Oops. When you do something like that, just wipe it off. It'll be just fine. This bigger bottle has more instructions, so I'm going to read what it has for instructions on it, because I cannot for the life of me think why you wouldn't bake this. But let it prove me wrong. As soon as I put the lid on it, goodness gracious, Teresa. There we go. Dry flat for 24 hours. Hand wash, no soaking. Now that makes sense because, you know, it's going to become like a rubber. You know what I mean? Like a skin. It'll be able to peel off, and we don't want that because we went to all that work. Look how pretty that is, friends. Do you see how pretty that is? Now, if you see that your paint is pooling, just pull it up because it's trying to dry. And if it's trying to dry, we can maneuver it a little bit. I'm loving it. I'm going to go to this, where'd it go? Transparent black here. We're just going to fiddle around with it, but this too is not open, and that's why I've got my pokey tool. Yeah, that's really transparent. You can't even see this. I'm going to shake it up and see if that helps it, because I don't think it's supposed to be that transparent. You know, that's just the way it is when we get new products to play with. I'll let you look at it that way. That's really pretty, isn't it? Could you imagine the fun you'd do on vases and candles and everything else you could think of? Windows. If you had a door that you didn't want anybody to see, you could use this as a faux stained glass effect. I think this is just going to come clear because I'm not seeing any color to the black really. It's just coming clear, so I don't think that's correct, but that's alright. We'll move on to another color. Because we have some brown. Brown would be pretty. Oopsie, I'm dropping everything. We know that happens with me, don't we? I'm trying. I'm going to do some fun. Until they take my paints away. You won't do that, you won't live with me. I'm grumpy. Okay, let's lay it in here. Let's try this again. This is a really pretty color, even though it is a brown. You wouldn't think of brown as pretty, but it's very pretty opaque type. Opaque, listen to me. It's transparent, friends. I'm sorry. Goodness, Teresa. Let's get it together. Yeah, we're just going to go in and just fill it in random areas. I don't really care. I'm going to do the body of the butterfly in the brown too. Come through here and just keep having fun. I'm not worried about it in the least. And I don't think you should be worried about it either, friends. This is all about getting your creativity out. That is part 1. It's a glass painting with stain. Ooh, we'll have to do more butterflies. Won't we, friends? I'm going to pause this video. And I'm going to dry this and we're going to do some little ones. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I heat set this and I added a color that had moved. As you can tell, sometimes they move. You just add the color back in and reheat set it. I have little ones of those stamps out. And I thought we would just finish our jar the way we want to and make it all nice and cutesy. And we would do this again. Only do it in smaller scale. Oops. Come on now. Okay, so I'm going to take this little one here and I'm going to make it look like he's moving. Okay? Perfect. I don't care, like I said, it gets a little smudgy on the ends. I don't worry about that. I'm going to take a little one. I'm going to do this all in one here. I think you would do the same. Oops. I rushed that one as I was holding it. There we go. We can fix it while we work with it. No worries. In fact, you know the rule. If we don't like it, we can remove it. We've got time. Okay. This glass is hot, as like I said, I heat set it, and it's trying to bake on there right away, and that's cool. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a bit of hand sanitizer, which is mostly alcohol based anyway. I'm going to put that, since I want more control, and I'm going to put that right here. And hand sanitizer, which doesn't have near the smell of rubbing alcohol, will work just as well for cleaning your glass items. See? That's all I'm using, is just inexpensive dollar store hand stuff. I'll let that dry. Pick up that small little butterfly and tell myself, don't move. Perfection. It is going to be the cutest little jar, my friends. I'm going to cap that off. And then pull out our colors. We're going to have fun. Okay. Try to get it towards you. Now I'm going to take, let's start with green this time. And do this in a reverse order. Make sure that's cleaned off, which it is. And I just get a little drop of that on there. And I come out to this butterfly here, and I'm just going to lay some dots. Like I said, you know, I'm not about being perfectionistic on this. Because if I were doing this myself, I would be doing it without the camera on, sitting right over it and babysitting it. But sometimes you just have to let go and let the artistic expression just take place. As you'll find, sometimes your oopses are more artistic than if it was perfection. Sounds crazy, but I have Carolyn Doobie to thank for that. As you can see, I'm just laying little colors of the green like that around. Okay? They're going to run and smear or whatever, I don't care. Like I said, it's a glass piece, and people are going to be really impressed when they see that you've done this. Trust me. And take the yellow now. And I'm going to pull in just some little random areas of yellow. And I'll show you what we're going to do with those little random areas of yellow. Got to be careful with the glare so I don't turn this off. I'm going to lightly do this and keep swiping it up like this. Okay? You can see there's a big run right there. I don't care about that. I'm going to rinse that brush off. We're going to go to our pink on this. I'm going to let it drip off. I'm going to go right over that lovely yellow. And it's going to create, let me show you here. Do you see how it moves, the color? It's not going to take the yellow away by any means, but it's going to blend in and give it a rainbow effect. I'm in the mood now that my hands are steady, and we have a test subject down below, the big guy there. You'll find that your ink will stop. Your permanent ink pad that you would use will stop some of the paint from going to the outside, and that's cool. If not, let it be. We're all about being crazy kids here, remember? I'm going to pull that towards me now and wipe some of it off because I've got too much on there. There we go. That's better. Now, purple. I like purple. Purple's my favorite color. Thanks for asking, by the way, friends. I'm going to just lay in the purple right above it. Okay? Not going to worry about it at all. Just going to keep maneuvering around it. Just like this. Okay? I'm going to go to my blue. Oops, good thing I put the lid on. That would have been funny. Would have made me mad, but it would have been funny. Take that blue and go right there. Right here. And right there. And do a bigger bloppy. There we go. Come right here. And just keep doing. That's a little too big. It's a baby butterfly. We don't want to drown them. Goodness gracious. Okay. Do you see the colors of that? Aren't that delicious? Don't fall off. I'll get scared. I take some orange. Orange is fun. Orange, you happy you're here today? I know, silly jokes, bad Teresa. So I'm going to take the butterfly body of this one. I'll make him orange. Her orange, it orange, I don't care. Do the same with the little guy up here. Okay? And I'm going to pull it into their antennae. Right there. Okay? Do the same with the big guy here. I forgot to do the big guy. I'm going to heat set this in front of you. And we're going to move on. I'm going to rinse that out of that brush because that gets in there. It's going to be gummy for a while. And we're going to heat set this. I'll move it away from the camera real quick. You don't want to hold your heat gun too close to this as it will bubble up. That is cuteness right there. It's going to be hot to touch, but anyway, I'll get burned for us. It's alright. Do you see how the colors are faded? Don't be afraid to go back in and add more colors if you want to. And I want to add more of this pink here. So it's a little light and it's a little too pale. I don't want it that pale. You know, we want color and goodness gracious, we want texture. So I'm going to add this color again in areas. Try not to burn my hands off because what you're going to see is this is going to start pulling because it's starting to dry immediately as the glass is hot. And that's okay. It's my fault. I'm going to take that orange because I love the colors together. They blend beautiful in here and just make a beautiful ombre effect. And take that orange. Go right over the top of those other colors. Just like that. You could put a battery operated candle in here. You could put buttons or whatever, your change. Or go out and collect butterflies and put them in the jar. Make sure you put little air holes in the lid though, because they are a living creature. But I like to watch them. I don't like to catch them. I wouldn't want to be caught in a jar and let me out. No, you're for my pretty benefit. You know, I would cry. No, let me out. See, now I'm being dramatic. You didn't know you were going to get some drama, did you, today? No, of course not. Now I'm going to go back to that lovely pink color here. I'm going to add a few more drops of that as I see, thanks to the glare of the lights in this room here. I'll put some right there. And I'm going to put some right here. And some right there. I'm going to shake that off. I'm going to heat set that. I'm going to pull it away for a minute, friends, okay? The tablet's right there, and I don't want to ruin the camera by heat setting in front of it. Getting it all hot and sassy. Now you can do these as thin or thick as you want. As you can see, it's starting to bubble right there. See how it's pulling away? You don't want to do that. Okay? And if that happens, just turn it off, take your paintbrush, and you can move it back. Okay? Just like that. Don't worry about it. And it'll dry just fine. I'm going to take this glove and set it up because it's going to be hot. And there we have a faux stained glass storage container, candle holder for battery operated, or whatever you want to put in it. You want to put some dirt in there and grow some flowers in it. You want to use it as a flower vase? Go for it, friends. Do whatever you feel you want to do. The sky is the limit. Bless me be in your journey. Bless me be in your life. And thank you for blessing me with your presence. Let me know how you like this one, friends. Stay safe. Talk to you soon. Have a good night.